Hey everyone, CCG Genesis here. Talking about another Vingolf spoiler, mainly since they were released yesterday. I'm doing it now, and you know, I'm really still happy that this Vingolf is still shockingly good. This new release is insanely good. Like, I'm extremely hyped for this, and I hope you guys are as well. So I have my little notebook here because I wrote down the names of the cards. Sorry, there's no fancy picture editing here. I don't know how to do that. I also wrote down the names so I don't forget or try to see if I can pronounce them right. So if you see me look down on the paper a couple times, that's because I'm trying to pronounce the name. So the first resonator on the list is Siegfried. Siegfried is very interesting, just for the fact of having the dragon as your J ruler. He's already a 13/13 as a 3-drop, which means he's legitimately the biggest 3-drop in the game. And on Thor, god damn it, Thor. Alright, Thor, you know the drill. Back down to go. Alright, so he becomes a 13/13. He's able to restand dragon resonators. So he's basically Alice, Fairy Queen, as a resonator. So Turbo Glider could see playing this card. I can see Turbo Glider playing this card, so they get hit you in the face with 2 Gliders, or 1 Glider twice, or hit you with 2 Gliders 4 times in total for the simple OTK. But yeah, it's a 13/13 with flying, just for having a dragon ruler. But other than that, like, as long as you control dragon, he's a 13/13, so you could play him with the Glider, he's a 13/13 as well. So you have to deal with the 13/13 with flying and a 12/12 with flying. Yeah. Now, alright, let's go on. Soul. Soul's, in my opinion, very interesting. It ramps for light, for not special stone. So it's a weaker Gretel, but but the thing is, mono white decks can run mono white. Like, I could run mono white Grimia. I could do mono white Zero. I could do mono white Melium. Mono white Melium would probably love this card the most because of the fact that it doesn't have to play Little Reds to help it ramp up more. So it could play this and get to its hooks faster, or be able to play another 1-drop alongside with Soul, so it can help its tempo state out more. Mono white Zero can play this, obviously. I've seen some mono white lists for Zero, and they're really funny. It's really trolly too. It's just like, cool. Zero beatdown, let's go. But Grimia, I can't wait to use this for Grimia Wanderer format. I love Spirit Bomb Grimia. Sadly, you can't use Leviathan or Whispers of the Dark, but that's fine. I'll find a way to do it. But Night Lord of Godspeed is... And then we'll go on to the next one, Night Lord of Godspeed. It's a very strong resonator, giving all your J/resonator when he enters the field precision. So that means you're able to choose which ones to target, giving you better trades, giving you a better board presence. So you're able to kill the small creatures, kill off his bigger creatures with your bigger creatures, hopefully. Force him to block the smaller creatures with the biggest creatures so he could technically get a favorable trade, and then you just play it into the point. Alright, we're going to move on to Fire. So, Barast, Machine Deity of Purgatory. I never played Valhalla, but I heard he was really bad, sadly. And in this one, he's still rather bad, so he sacrifices your own stones to do certain abilities. So the first one is banish a stone to do a 500 damage to Resonator, which is fine. It kills off small creatures. It's a small creature that's helping to kill small creatures. Remember that the fact that it doesn't have to be recovered stones, so you're able to produce the mana for it first and then play something. But I don't really see this being run all that often. Plus, even with 3 stones, it's still a 6/7. I mean, that's a big ass 1-drop, but still, you're getting rid of your own stones. So, I'm really iffy on this card. It might be seen, it might not be seen. It's another card that destroys special stones, but you have to get rid of 2 of your own stones to do it. And then Kyubi can obviously respond to you trying to destroy a killing stone, or honestly, it doesn't really matter. So, next we have Yoshiro, Feudal Lord of Flame. So he basically has the explode mechanic like Agni did. So whenever J slash resonator blocks, destroy the blocked resonator, destroy the blocked resonator, and destroy the blocking resonator. J slash resonator, sorry. So it has the explode mechanic, so it works very well with Glyphnir, so you can force your opponent to block with the big things and then with your smaller things. So like if I had an Alice's little soldier and they had a Gwibber, I just swing with this, attack Glyphnir, force their Gwibber to block. Gwibber now has to block it. So it dies, and my Alice's dies. I draw a card, it dies. I win 2 for 1 basically right there, because I draw a card and I get rid of a bigger threat for free basically. And it also has swiftness. But the thing is, I don't know if I would actually want to swing with him on a full, like, I would only swing on him turn 3 when I played him, if this board's empty, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, I would just use him for pure control. I play Glyphnir and just start trying to control the board as much as I can until I can swing with him freely. Then we have Salamander and Void Fire. Salamander is interesting. He's a 6/6 body for 4 mana though, but the thing is, at least he burns your opponent for 6 and burns a Resonator for 6. So, on play, Array does something, so that's fine. It makes it highly valuable, especially when it can burn your opponent for... So it's more burn damage, which is relevant, because that means your opponent will have to deal with more of that, and then let your spells be freely more. Because then you have a 6/6 body that can constantly deal damage if it resolved, while killing a Resonator and dealing 6 to you, or you get rid of it, and then, okay, you wasted one of your counter spells, alright. If you don't have more counter spells, I'm just going to burn you to death. Simple as that. We're going to move the water. Chronos is very simple. It's just, if this card stays on the field, draw an extra card at the beginning of your turn. So, this is very iffy as well, because it's a big body. 1,000 is... right? It's a 0-10. I wish it had at least made it a 0-15, so it's a lot harder to kill. Because 2 space times just basically kills it. You could bear and kill it with that too. They made it hexproof. It would be way too unbalanced if they made it hexproof. Well, I mean, if they made it hexproof just from a chance, then ruler abilities and abilities itself is to hit it. But even then, it's just, if it had hexproof, it would be way too broken, because that's an extra draw card every turn that you can't deal with. Unless you have precision, but other than that, it's a card that I still see that I don't think I'll see play, but at the same time, I'll probably see a little bit of play. I'll test it out myself and maybe like my Valentina 5.0 deck, just to have a little bit more draw power, and maybe for the control matchups to like get rid of that instead of my other Resonators. Now, alright, so we're going to go to the next one. This one is probably my favorite of the water. Tome Gozen, the Merciful Aqua Twin Sword. So, she's already, when you awaken her for 1, she bounces back a Resonator, so she's already better than Swordsman of the Full Moon. Except she doesn't have flying, she doesn't have a 9/9 body either. But still, you already bounce back to creature. She's a 5/6 body for 3 mana, you already bounce a creature. So that there already gives you better board presence, while at the same time stunning your opponent. It's like early in the game where it matters, because if you're playing an aggressive deck, it matters more that early in than it does later in the game where it's already done a bunch of damage to you. And then for basically 4 blue, she bounces out 2 creatures, so she's already so she's basically a rabbit kick. Oh no, she's a Resonator rabbit kick basically. For those who played Grim Cluster, remember rabbit kick. If you never played Grim Cluster, I feel sorry for you. Grim Cluster was about hashtag Grim Cluster best format. Okay. But yeah. Where was I at? Oh yeah, so she's Rabbit Kick as a Resonator, which Rabbit Kick's one of my favorite blue cards. So, and then we're gonna go on again to Nymph. Nymph is basically 7/10 or 7/12 with flying. That's all she is. So she's a 4-man 7 flying. She's basically vanilla. Alright, on to green. Now, this is my favorite card of the set. And the deck I'm shuffling is the reason why. Frigg, Goddess of the Abundant Harvest. So she's a very small body she's a 5-drop 8/8, I believe. All right, so I don't care about the stats. I care about her ability. So she grabs a Resonator, an Addition, and a Chant from your discard, which is insane. So, I'm definitely putting that in Pristia. I don't care. So, in Pristia, I can grab How Long from my graveyard. I can grab, like, Rewriting Laws, Seal Wind of Life from my graveyard back to my hand, and I can grab Wind Secluded Refuge back to my hand. So I would +3 off just playing her, and then I have a next turn play with How Long. Unless I get rid of it with another spell. I get to get this card from my hand, which you probably already did earlier, so they probably don't have another discard spell. But that's why I think she's really good in the control matchups. She's probably very easy to side out against aggro decks, because I think you would just side her out. Her stats for her costs are way too small for an aggro matchup, and then you really need to rely on controlling the board in the aggro matchup. I mean, you could probably keep her as a 1/0 just to keep, like, to reoccur, like, down drains, or to reoccur Wind and Seal Light. But other than that, like, in the aggro matchup, I think she's an easy side out. But in the control matchup, my God, she is the queen in the control matchup. Because I just +3 off her. Which means now you have to deal with all of this, an 8/8 body. In a control match, it's not that hard to do because Bear Bow, Space Home Anomalies, bears are just everywhere. QB can omit it if anything, but that's fine. I don't care about that. I care about the fact that I already got 3 cards back. Now you're going to go ahead and destroy you next turn if you don't stop it. If you don't kill me, if you can't stop it next turn, I'm killing you. That's basically the idea of that card. And then next, we're going to go into Oberon, the Lord of Elves. I was going to say Lord of Fairies because Oberon, the Fairy King. So he's very simple. I think he was a 4-mana 7/7, which is either 3 mana or 4 mana. I'm pretty sure it's 4 mana 7/7. But when he comes in the field, he brings out 3/1/1 elf tokens, which is, again, bad and good. It's very good for the fact that it generates blockers, it generates field presence by itself. In Wanderer format, it's extremely good because of Christie, so you're able to attack those elf tokens itself and another Resonator to draw 2 cards and gain 500 life. And then Finna makes them all 5/5 bodies. I don't know if it'll be... It might see standard play, just for the fact that it creates bodies, and then Turbo Gwyber can use that as well. Because you just played Oberon turn 4, and then Oberon turn 5, and then Gwyber right next to it, so you have a field of 5 within turn 5, which is fine. It's sacrifice fodder for Adam Rowley, and then it gives you another token, which is amazing. I can see it be played, I can't see it be played at the same time. I can see Mono Green Tempo being played this as well. So it's a good card. I'll give it that. It's a really good card, and I want to see it be played. I want this card to see some play. That's what I'm saying. Now we're going to the next one. Sylph. Sylph is very interesting itself. It's very basic. It's 2 mana 6/6, nice body. Very standard for a 2-drop. When a Windstone comes into play, recover it. Now, I don't remember if it's a non-special magic stone, or just a Windstone in general. But either way, this makes Mono Green Tempo Rush a lot better, just for the fact that with Little Red in this, Sylph could attack basically twice in 1 turn, after it's successfully summoned, obviously. And then, so that's already 12 damage just from Sylph alone. And then Little Red obviously has done another 8 damage. Well, she's done 4 damage to you turn 1, and turn 2 she's already done 9 damage to you in total. And in turn 3 she's done just 5, 6, that's 11, 15 damage to you? God, I'm so tired. My cat's woke me up at like 4 in the morning. I'm super sleep deprived. Oh yeah. So you're basically dead within turn 3. If they have these 2 cards on there we're not dealt with. So, to black now. We have Suriel, Lord of the Moon. I'm hoping I pronounced that right. So, I think this is a very strong card. It's a very strong card for the fact that it can reincarnate things. So this is basically a reanimation card right here. Being able to sacrifice your small creature. So you play a black, sacrifice a smaller resonator. So let's say I had a familiar of a 12 apostles basically. So I'll sack him off, bring out a bigger resonator from my graveyard, like it doesn't say like what type of resonator, it doesn't say, there's no limitation. So you can bring out, I don't think there's any limitations on it actually. I need to reread that again, but that's fine. The concept is, it's a reanimation card. I think it's insanely good. There's plenty of counters to it, like Magic Rebound, Horn. In Wanderers you have Zeke's. You have Sorrow of Necromancer Memorial, you have Dark Alice, so by all fairness, it's a fair card. You can only use the ability on your turn, so it's not as abusable, but you can do it during your recovery step, so tap it, sacrifice the smaller. You can sacrifice the Apostle, Familiars, search first, and then, or draw, or whatever your smaller creature is, and then bring out a bigger creature on your turn. And let's say you bring out a Nindog, so you get rid of all our smaller drops, and then you can constantly keep doing that within turns. So you can keep sacrificing Nindog, summon another Nindog, and keep removing Resonators. Or you hook your opponents as well with this. It's another way to use hooks. It's another way to use Dance of Shadows too, because then you can do multiple reincarnation effects. It's also really good with Necromancy, because Necromancy obviously allows when creatures to put back into play. Then you can sacrifice them off so they all go to the discard, and then you put something else, they all go back, and you can smack them in the face with that. All in all, good card, insanely good card. On to the next one. Shade. Shade is good. Shade of Dark and Void Darkness, pretty good. I think this card is extremely good at stealth card. So it's a, I think it was a 2-mana 6/4. I'm not quite, I don't remember. But the important part of the ability is tap it, sacrifice itself. So that already helps Riza out a lot. Deal 6 to target Resonator, and then gain 600. So again, it helps you gain back that life lost from Riza a bit. You're only losing 400 instead of 600, and then Riza could go off after because it sacrificed itself. Since you have no more Resonators, it can bring itself out, and then you can bring another one of itself out after that resolution in response to the other Riza coming out. And then both of those can resolve. You can get Maldors, you get your Lunar Lake set, you can get any of your other stealth card sets, and then you can keep going on from there. I think this is going to be a really good stealth control card. I know a lot of people are tired of stealth control, but the stealth package is insanely good. And it's going to be there for a while. Alright? And then on to next, Odin. Odin the Omniscient is very strange. It's really good, don't get me wrong. I think this card is insanely good in control matchups. I think it's too slow for aggro matchups, because by turn 6, I mean, you can bring it out with Kaguya Moonwing Butterfly for your deck. But it'll be 6 mana, and then you have to spend 2, so you have to spend total 7 mana to bring it out from your deck, which is fine. That means you have, if you're playing QB, I'm assuming you're going to play this card in QB, obviously, because you just bring it out for free from your deck. It produces more mana for you to have more mana ramp, because you need more mana ramp, right, QB players, right? All you QB players out there, you know you need more mana ramp, right? But yeah, this is also insanely good in Vlad for Wanderers, because getting the ability for Vlad Tempest to produce multiple manas off of one stone would let her be able to absorb more life and burn you for more damage. So mono ramp Vlad can be a deck. I mean, she's already a deck, but more of a deck now. Extremely way better of a deck now. Oh my god, Mono Ram Vlad, I'm gonna love playing that deck again. No, I'm not. I built that deck to be a complete troll to my friends because I was legitimately like a Mono Green Ram Vlad deck. Just purely nothing but ramp. Mana Dorks and ramp. And then the gens. The gens were just there to bounce flash off my L's and restand them basically, which was the best part of the deck. But other than that, yeah, that's the spoilers, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like down below. Please leave a comment. They really help the channel grow. And I know it sounds like I'm really begging for these things, but again, and this channel, this is the only way for the channel to grow. The comments help me mainly too. I need your guys' comments to help me think of next idea videos. Someone already told me to, well, actually a few people have told me. Some of them did private messages from YouTube. And a lot of my friends that watch the videos told me, hey, you should actually do a top 10 resonator list. Because people enjoy this kind of stuff. And I was like, you know what? It's fun. And then once I finally decide to stop being lazy and make a YouTube account, not YouTube account, Facebook account, I'll start doing a lot more other things. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time.